I know. Y'all keep hearing me promise and rant and rant and promise. And I promise I am going to be done ranting. I'm just going to post the content. I'm just going to consider this a vlog. And I am just going to post updates. But y'all, what this one big beautiful bill is promising is to be beautiful for the rich. It I am literally watching this wealth transfer, this exchange, this transfer of robbing Peter to pay Paul. If you're of an older generation and you've heard that expression used, I am experiencing a review and I provide tax education. So what I advise my clients is to learn their tax reconciliation, which is what I call the returns. Learn for themselves, understand for their own benefit, their financial circumstance. Understand the tax structure. I talk in general terms about percentages and try to use whole round numbers that are easy to calculate. So, for this example, this rant, I'm going to give an example, just real life stuff. Even though I'm having this conversation, and my client was even willing to record. Was like, I'll come on the vlog. I'll vlog. We can record this conversation, but I'm very protective about people's information, especially in this everything and everybody is listening age. So this content is only for the people who are interested in looking for this type of content and my family and friends and supporters. So I appreciate y'all. But just for an example, if you are a single parent or you're a married couple, you in this economy in 2020, in 2024 and 2025, knowing the changes coming, knowing that the administration was changing, understanding what it took to be able to live, sustain, thrive, and survive in um, given what has been happening to the economy post COVID, most people got an extra job, earned an extra income, went back to school and got an advanced degree, developed a skill. If you like me, you got another certification, licensing, and you're trying to increase your income to manifest abundance and ease. So to make it easier to just take care of yourself and take care of your family and be self-sustaining. So in a regular traditional economy, let's say you're a homeowner, you have a mortgage. Mortgage rates went up, everybody's mortgage went up. Let's say you have a traditional mortgage, non-adjusted rate, but everybody's mortgage rates went up. Credit got more expensive, so everybody paid more. Groceries got more expensive, so everybody paid more. And to do that, to facilitate doing that, people had to do things that they needed to do to live. Get a part-time job, create some gig economy income, um, get a side hustle, some of those things. Or like I said, get an advanced degree, increase your earnings, increase your salary. So in my community, most people did that. I did that. I did that for my family. Most people did that. What they're seeing and finding out from this one big beautiful bill is that there is actually a tax penalty for that. They move themselves into another tax bracket if a family earned an additional, say, $20,000. So a family last year that you listen to the current administration telling you, oh, you're gonna see the highest, you're gonna see the biggest refunds, and they're not telling the truth. It is not beautiful. It is horrible. It is terrible. It is. So for a family whose income went from $40,000 last year, with say they have two school age children, That family last year would have qualified for a earned income credit of, let's say, $2,000. That family's everything got more expensive. That family got a part-time job. They somehow, by whatever way, they earned an additional $20,000 in income just to be able to sustain their household, to not be homeless, to not have to move, to not have to uh, re uh, renegotiate their mortgage, sell their home, sell their vehicles, whatever. So they did that. So now this family's tax reconciliation is based on W-2 income of $60,000. Two things happened that the big beautiful bill did to cause this perfect storm. One, the earned income credit schedule somehow moved over by $20,000. I can't prove that, but I'm going to collect the evidence to be able to do so. But the earned income credit moved over by $20,000. So now this family, and they may, let's say they had they had a baby. They have a 1-year old. So now they're a family of 3, but their income changed to $60,000. They got moved off of the earned income credit schedule. Now, where the earned income credit schedule comes in, they're going to get a message to tell him that says, unfortunately, you do not qualify. Your AGI, which is adjusted gross income, is over the income limits. But of course, they didn't tell you about that in the big beautiful bill. The second part of that perfect storm is when the new current administration signed the one big beautiful bill, they just let the tax consequences, let the chips fall where they may. Nobody updated any payroll instructions. Nobody updated any withholding schedules or calculators. They literally were just like, well, it should all work out. And if it doesn't work out, it'll reconcile at tax time. Let the chips fall where they may. Now it's now 2025 is over. This family is reconciling their their tax year, their financial year. They don't qualify for the earned income credit anymore. Their payroll withholding, the withholding schedules weren't changed. So they were still taxed according to, they still had taxes withheld from their pay, even their additional $20,000 in pay, according to the prior tax schedule. So what the one big beautiful bill says is, oh, well, we'll just catch all of that in a wash by increasing the standard deduction. Well, the standard deduction didn't go up by, let's say, if you're in the if you earn $40,000 and you have dependents, you're a head of household or married filing joint, you are probably you're about 4 to 6% tax bracket. So break that down. On $40,000 income, 10% would be 4,000. Half of that would be 2,000. So that would be about what you see taken out of your check, somewhere between 2,000, so 2,500 down to 1,500 would be your taxes owed. If you qualify for the earned income credit and the child tax credit and additional child tax credit, last year you would have seen a refund of about $4,000. This year, you earned an additional $20,000. That additional $20,000 moved you to $60,000. You are in a higher tax bracket, so now you're in 6%, 8%, 12%. Your withholding schedule did not change according to at the same rate of the tax schedule. The earned income credit schedule also changed, so now you don't have that credit. The additional child tax credit, $1,700 of it just automatically went away. Nobody told you that in a big beautiful bill, but it did. It happened. And then your so you had more so you had less taken out of your paycheck, you had more in your paycheck, and then the change in the standard income deduction of about, I want to say it's $3,000, maybe it's $3,500. So it went from 21,000 to 23,500. So say it's $2,500 or 3,000. Be gracious. That $3,000 in the increase of the standard deduction, so that only took you from taxable income of 60,000 to, that only changed your $60,000 in taxable income by that $3,000 amount. Everything else, then they lied about, of course, they lied about the overtime, lied about the tips, because it's so many stipulations. Not all tips are not taxed, and not all overtime is not taxed. Actually, your overtime is still taxed. What's not taxed is the and a half. So your time in overtime is still taxable income. Your and a half, when you earn time and a half, the half time is what's not taxed. So it's so many schemes and scams. I'm just gonna keep it real regular and real. I have seen clients, and this is their own information they put in. I have had clients to call me in a panic. What happened? Did I do something wrong? Can you help me? I don't know what you and it's not them. It's not the schedule. It's not the software. It's not the information. It's not their W-2s. It is these changes to the tax code, and I'm having people come to me with all kind of TikTok rumors. Well, I heard they was gonna make taxes go away, and I heard that they was going, and I heard that. And what about the $2,000 tariffs? Tariffs haven't earned enough money for anybody to be getting any tariff rebates. Tariffs haven't done nothing but do what they were designed to do: cause chaos and destruction, close businesses, and reduce competition for, again, the billionaires' benefit. It is, it's so scammy. It's so tragic. I try to disconnect my emotions from these political shenanigans. I try to abide by the overarching God is in control. God, we need help. We need help. People are hurting. I have seen people who all they've done is try to um, coordinate all of their resources, access every opportunity to be able to take care of their families. And now here comes time to reconcile that, and they're finding out that it's a scam. And this is just a small number, the small little community that I'm connected to. Imagine all across the country. This has to be happening all across the country. Again, your vote is your protest. This is the reason that I work for the election board. This is the reason that I make sure that I go to the polls. This is the reason that voter education is important, that I notarize uh, um, voter registrations, because it is so important. It is so significant. It is so imperative that then these things happen to us and we feel like we have no consequence. And I know a lot of people who give tax advice and financial planning advice and financial, no, I didn't see this coming. I don't know anybody that I'll watch or follow who saw this coming, who saw themselves in this position. People are paying more in taxes than their president pays in taxes. And he's playing in their face, telling them, oh, I know how to get around the tax laws. I know how to manipulate the tax code. I know how to do it. And he's threatening to show you how to do it, except that you're not above the law. And you can't go move outside of the tax code because he's the one that's setting the tax code. When the riggers are rigging the riggers, what what voice do we have? What option, what opportunities do we have? All I will say is get your best advice, be prayerful, be considerate, meditate, Follow your instincts. Make sure that you do not miss any deductions, any opportunity to deduct anything. If you had a side hustle, taking your grandma to the grocery store once a month, put add up your mileage. It's too many apps out here. It's too many opportunities. You can use QuickBooks Online for a minimal. You can use Self. You can use, it's all kind of mileage tracker apps. You can sign up to do DoorDash and it'll track your mileage. And if you never dash a door, you will have a mileage tracker to be able to calculate those types of deductions. If you do have the opportunity to benefit, if you're a homeowner, you have the opportunity to itemize and get your deductions above that standard deduction. Please don't forget all of your every opportunity, all of your medical expenses, your eyeglasses, your psychiatry, mental health. Cause I feel like everybody should get a bonus $10,000 mental health uh mental health benefit deduction, because this is just a state of chaos that is frustrating. It's throwing people off balance, and people are looking at their stuff like, wait a minute, all that happened was, I tried to make a little more money because it costs more money. Mm-mm. It's the okey doke. It is the overplay for the underplay. If he take $1,000 from every family in a million families in it, multiply that by $1,000. 1,000 of your dollars, can you afford to? It's like he's pimping us all. It's like the administration is making us all its co-conspirator in our own demise, contributing to our own demise. It's insane. It is literally the definition of steal, kill, destroy, confuse, and confound. It is not of God. Oh my gosh. And for me, from the perspective that I'm looking at, especially when it's somebody who I've been telling them, no, this is the same thing that we have done for 14 years. The tax software that I use that is most reliable, so I recommend it. And it's really easy to teach and educate and inform. So I suggest it to my clients, my community, my family members, my friends, church family, because it has been reliable and consistent. It started posting an anniversary on the top. So this is one of my clients who logged in and was like, oh, it said thank you for 14 years, or it said thank you for congratulations on 10 years. And for 10 years, this is what you do. You get your financial documents, your reporting forms, your income reporting forms. You put them all in there. You reconcile it with all of your uh, personal reporting forms, your deductions, your and who everybody is, what your household makeup is, all of the information. And to see people who had a whole nother baby and saw their refund decrease by 2/3. And I'm not. I just said I just threw 1,000 number as a ballpark. People seeing their refunds cut in half. They didn't double their income. Now, if they had doubled their income, went from 40,000 to 80,000, they would be like, okay, maybe I moved into a different tax bracket. But that's not what happened. The big disaster is what happened. And that is what is causing, now that people are seeing and experiencing and believing the real life consequences. That's why this idiot is on the news programs talking about, yeah, I'm loving this economy because it's wonderful for him. It made him an actual billionaire for the first time. And even that is partial crypto, partial made up money, mind money. It's, it is, God is in control. God sees all, knows all. God sits high and looks low. God is sovereign. I know that it is causing some discomfort. I know that it is causing some overwhelming frustration. especially for people who, and I never advise this because if you've just followed me since I started this blog, you've heard me say, having these big giant refunds is just letting somebody use your money to invest money and make money all year for free. If you getting a $5,000, $10,000 refund, you could have got that money in your paycheck. You could have put that money in a high yield savings account and you would have earned 5% interest on it. And it's been a long time since high yield savings accounts were paying that higher interest, 4.5%, 5%. Y'all know we spent the whole 2020s and 2010s, 2010 to 2019 and 2020s at 1% savings earnings. So yeah, you would have done much better to save some of that money and earn some of that in an interest bearing account and earn some of that interest yourself. So I always recommend that. But I also understand that the circumstances in my community is for some people, that's their only opportunity all year to have a large chunk of money to do whatever they need to do, plan out their financial year. So, and I don't judge because, like I said, I've been there. I don't know. No judgment. I don't judge. I educate. I offer the benefit of my experience, and I've been saying that for years. But if nothing else, this teaches don't have that expectation. It teaches us to manage expectations. It teaches us to learn how to the importance of financial education. I have family members that are vlogging about it, friends that are vlogging about it. Find you somebody who speaks your language and is your zhuzh. Get your groove that's teaching at your level, and follow them and apply the knowledge, apply the advice, manage expectations, increase your education and experience, and put yourself and your family in the best financial position possible. I'm going to continue to teach that. I understand the frustration. I do have compassion. I'm an empath, so I understand. I feel the feelings. I just don't have an emotional connection to the fit, to money or numbers. Math is math. But I do get it. I do understand. And when I have clients I can see the summary of last year over this year, and I'm like, oh, your earned income credit went away. Your additional child tax credit, that $1,700 was gone. The Democrats told you they was taking that. Everything Bernie Sanders said, it's true. But the word of God says the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So if they are stealing your money, it's being laid up for you. And that don't mean you gotta wait till the great by and by. That means do what you can, where you can, while you can. Know better, do better, live better. And God is still in control. God is sovereign, and God's promises are yes and amen. Be encouraged.